Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be continuing to look at the crazy saga that is the Undead Nightmare discoveries popping up around the Red Dead Redemption 2 world, and even in Red Dead Online since the Frontier Pursuits update. So in case you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, let me quickly catch you up. So ever since September 10th, which is when Rockstar released the Frontier Pursuits DLC, various NPCs and even other characters like dogs and whatnot have been spotted around the map with these glowing green and red eyes. And they have not been like this before. And it's led to a lot of speculation, including the fact that there might be some sort of either Undead Nightmare update coming, like a sequel to the first one we saw, or something like a Red Dead Online Halloween event that maybe features zombies and stuff like that. And there is certainly evidence for both. I think I'm leaning more along the lines of we'll see something in Red Dead Online, just because that's been Rockstar's history, especially over the past couple of years with Grand Theft Auto 5 and now Red Dead Redemption 2 to focus on online rather than single player. So since that has been happening, players have been looking for maybe more clues that Rockstar has left in the game to suggest something like this is on the way. And some more interesting details have actually been found, and were actually posted on the Red Dead Mysteries subreddit. This first video that I'm going to show you guys right here comes from a user Bongrippa the Skeptic, who posted this video at the Indian burial site. And he says that it's further evidence of Undead Nightmare 2. Now, I'm going to try and make this as loud as possible. I would recommend maybe turning up your volume a little bit. Take a listen to these zombie noises right here. Okay, so how spooky was that? It definitely didn't sound like an animal or leaves rustling or anything like that. It really did sound like mysterious zombie noises. How strange is that? Now, that is certainly not the only weird occurrence to happen at the Indian burial site. So I wonder if Rockstar chose this place on purpose. In fact, there's a handful of interesting things that happened at the Indian burial site. Like, for example, if you were to throw a fire bottle down on the ground, it will instantly start raining, like even if it's perfectly sunny outside. If you also throw fire bottles or dynamite at a specific spot, lightning will strike, creating this like super spark effect. So again, it's not the first time that Rockstar have done something like this at the Indian burial site, but I'm wondering why they would associate zombie noises there. Maybe this is where we would see some sort of undead come up from the ground. Who knows? That is the first bit of new evidence that we've seen so far. Again, the Indian burial site is pretty creepy. And this user is not the only person who has apparently experienced this. Another person in the thread said that they had their camp pitched there last night and heard these noises too. They stated they were with their friend and it freaked both of them out. So that's always a good sign when you have multiple people that have reported the same thing, and that looks to be the case here. If you guys know of any other reasons why this might be occurring at the Indian burial site, other than the fact that it's maybe a graveyard or something like that, you can let us know in the comments down below. Now, that same user also posted something else that was very interesting, and that actually has to do with some pretty spooky music. So the same user, Bongrippa the Skeptic, posted this the other day on the Red Dead Mysteries Reddit. He said, possible music added to online to support the theory that Undead Nightmare 2 is coming. Again, I would recommend turning up your volume here so you can take a listen to this, but the music does sound pretty creepy. I mean, doesn't that sound like music you would hear in like a haunted house or in like a horror film as the main character is like creeping around? That's kind of what it sounds like right there. Now, this also is not the first time that Rockstar has done something like this, where they've added themed music to potentially suggest something. In fact, one of the biggest Easter eggs in Red Dead Redemption 2 actually comes on the border of New Austin and Mexico, where you can actually hear the musical score, if you were to go to Mexico, from the first Red Dead Redemption game. So I'll actually play that right now so you guys can get a better idea of what Rockstar is doing there. So again, that right there shows you that Rockstar is no stranger to adding music as sort of a hint and clue as to what might be coming next. Now, although we haven't seen anything like Mexico added as an expansion, there's a chance that, again, something like that could come in the future. Now, I'm thinking about doing this in another video, but I might actually see what happens if we take one of those bodies with the glowing green eyes and we actually bring them up to like maybe the pagan ritual site or the Indian burial site just to see if anything happens. I'm almost certain that nothing will occur, but I still think it would be a fun experiment, so maybe be on the lookout for that tomorrow or sometime early next week. But at this point, I'm really starting to think that these are not just coincidences or glitches. There's too many like signs that are starting to point that this is something that will happen in either Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2, or at least one or the other. And sort of wrapping stuff up here, let's talk about what we could expect to see happen, whether that be single player or Red Dead Online. So looking at what Rockstar did in the first Red Dead Redemption game, they released Red Dead Redemption in May 2010. On October 14th, 2010, Undead Nightmare was announced. And then on October 26, 2010, Undead Nightmare was released. So you could see that basically within 6 months, Rockstar released a giant DLC. And they even did the same thing in Grand Theft Auto 4 with its 2 expansions, The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. They came out about 6 months apart from the release of Grand Theft Auto 4. And then obviously with GTA 5, we never saw any single-player DLC. And with Red Dead Redemption 2, we haven't seen anything like that so far, and the game is almost 1 year old. So at this point, I am really starting to believe that it will likely be something for Red Dead Online, given that Halloween is the next major update. We've seen Rockstar make Halloween updates for Grand Theft Auto Online, and they've been super successful. And we've already seen some minor hints and clues that they have plans to release some Halloween content probably over the next couple of weeks and months, like that spooky slaughter mask that can actually be found. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below with the new discoveries that were found today. What do you think of the chances of Undead Nightmare returning in Red Dead Redemption 2? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well, Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.